Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So today we are going to make this, or well, a version of this. So this is just like a little file, and it has a pocket, a second pocket. I know it's hard for you to see, and then it's got waterfall cards and another little pocket down here. So I'm just going to show you how to make this. So you're going to need some 12 by 12 paper. I've just like literally sat and pulled that together, so hopefully you're going to like this. So I'm going to use black card this time, because I don't use black card very often for actually making things. I tend to use them for constructing stuff, but not for prototypes, but not for actual making of things. So first of all, let's talk about how big this is. So this is 7.5 by 6. Okay, so the outside of it uses a sheet of 12 by 12 paper, and first thing you're going to do is you're going to score it in half. Okay, so I'm just going to get my paper. So the outside of mine this time is going to be black, so you can make yours whatever colour you like, so just so you know. And he is going to score it when he can find his scoring tool, which has run away from him. Another one has gone. What on earth is going on in my life? Back in a minute. Where the actual heck have you put that, Dave? Fantastic, have you put that, Dave, up there? So I found it. It was just there after all the searching. So I'm just going to find which way up I want the card. But sometimes they're a slightly different colour one side than the other. So because we know it's a 12 by 12, we're going to score it at 6. Okay, so we also know it's 7.5 high. Okay, so what you can do now is you can turn it round 90 degrees and you can score it at 7.5. Like that. Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to just take it off scoreboard. And then we're just going to put in those creases. So first of all, put one down the middle. Well, it doesn't matter which one is first of all, but whichever. I'll get my bone folder. Okay, and then we're going to open it out and do the one at the bottom. Just put that in. Okay, so that is going to form your pocket at the side, so that's going to be this internal pocket. Okay, I did cut mine down slightly, but if you want to leave it, you can. Okay, I will cut it down again this time, and so I'll do that now. Just going to take, I just thought proportionately it didn't look right, so I'm going to go for Let's go for 1/2 inch this time. So it's going to fold up like that. So that's going to be one of them, okay. And then we've got one the other side, which is also going to be, but this side is much shorter, okay. So the other thing I did was I took off about 1/2 inch from the fold, okay. So there's two ways to do that. You could put it back on your scoreboard like this. You could lie it down and you could go 1/2 inch over and score, or you can just measure and cut. Okay, so I'm just going to score it because, and all you're going to do is going to score up to that line, no further. Okay, take that off. Back on that. Okay, so that's where our first cut line is. Okay, oh, I've done the wrong side though, Dave. You idiot. Try again. We go 1/2 inch under, Dave. It doesn't matter, you're going to have to cut that bit off anyway, so you're going to get 1/2 inch under. Knew something would go wrong, because it always does for me. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it, flip it over, and I'm going to cut. So remember, this is going to be cut down completely. That's going to be this short one, and this is your other one. So this is the score line you need to cut. I'm telling you and myself there. Okay, so I'll cut that down, okay. And then this one, this side, I cut it so that it was about 1.5 inches away from here. So move that out of the way. Just get my ruler, which I wanted the bigger one than this, but I'll have to use this one. So we're going to go 1 inch from that line. There's about there. So I'm going to cut on that line. I could do with a bigger ruler, Dave. Dave, you put the ruler. Oh, for goodness sake! Honestly, today is just one of them days. That's that. So actually, I'm going to use the width of my ruler to cut on. That's a little bit over 1 inch, but it's fine. How much over 1 inch is it? Oh, it's so little, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cut down there. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this bit off. So this bit doesn't need to be on a tool, so you can either use a blade or a pair of scissors or a trimmer or whatever. Cut down, and that is off. Okay, so that's going to be your pocket on one side, and that's going to be your pocket on the other side. I'm just going to cut this pocket down. Okay, so basically I made it about half the depth of this one. So this one is 4, so I made this 2. Okay, so we're going to do the same again. I'll do to there. To there. And we're just going to flip it out. So remember to open it out before you cut it, because otherwise you'll just cut through the whole thing. And then we're just going to cut that off. So that's all waste. Okay, so now what we've got is we've got this shape. Okay, what I did do was I rounded the corners, so I'm going to do that again. I'll pop that in there. I'm going to round that corner. Okay, then I'm going to pop that in there and round that corner. Okay, so now these bits can be stuck down. So before you stick it down, what you want to do is you want to make sure that that is a nice fold, so it doesn't want to keep popping back open again. There you go, perfect. And then we can glue it. So I have topped my glue up since the last video that you saw me do. So that's exactly what I knew would happen, is it'd all just kind of splurge out. I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to do the same on this piece. Fold it over, stick it down, and wipe out any excess. Okay, cool. So then what you need is you'll need a piece of card that is about, I'm saying about because I don't want you to get all fixated on it having to be any size, but it's going to be about 1/2 inch smaller than this one. So we know that this is 4 by 5.5. That means it's going to be 3 by 4.5. So in order to make that, I'm just going to take some of your other card. Okay, could use a bit of scrap or whatever. So we're going to go 4.5 by 3, didn't we just say? Yeah, we did. So where's my 3 mark on here? Of course it's not there. Not that side, is it? That would be too easy. So hang on, 4.5. Is it that side? Oh no, it is there. That's 3 there. Now, the reason why I'm not cutting the rest of it is because I want it for the waterfall. I'm going to turn it round, and then you're going to line that up on the 3 line. Right. Just cut up there. Okay, take that off. You just want to keep that piece of card just out of the way for a second. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to glue this down as well. So I'm just going to round this top corner just so that it mirrors this one, and when we stick it down it will be perfect. So I'm just going to glue on these 2 sides. This is my art glitter glue is just does not like the cold weather in the UK at the moment. So to be fair, I know how it feels, but I can do very little about it. Sorry, art glitter. Just get rid of, there's too much smoosh on that, so. I'm just going to put that on here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now all you need to do is make the waterfall. Now I told you it was going to be easy, so it is. Okay, so all the waterfall cards consist of are. So let's bring them back in here. So as you can see here, that they measure 3 3/4. Okay, by 5.5. So we want to have this card. Remember, this is 12 by 12, so we know we're going to get 2 out of it either side, either way. You see here I've got 5 of them, but when I say you've got it at 3 1/4, okay, 3 3/4, sorry, you also need to leave an extra 1/2 inch. So instead of 3 3/4, you're going to cut it at 4 1/4 in height. So we're going to do 5.5 wide. Let's do it this way. Do 5.5 wide. Okay, put this down to 5.5 wide. By 4 1/4. I've done that right now. 4 1/4. Yep, that's right. That 4 1/4. That is. So that's 3, and you'll need another piece of card now. So shall I have a piece of black card? Maybe. I'll do a piece of black. So I'm going to do 5.5 wide by 4 1/4. Sorry, I've just whacked the light. 1/4, 4 1/4. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get the scoreboard, or however you're going to make scoring lines on yours. That's, I'm going to use my little scoreboard for this. And then what you want to do is on every piece of card you want to just put a score line at 1/2 inch along the short edge. So long with the short edge this way and long edge this way. So this is the 4 1/4 you want to put at 1/2 inch. Good, that's it. And then what we want to do is we want to fold in all of those score lines. So in order to make it a little bit more easy to flap, what I've done is I've folded forward and back on that same line. So initially put the score line in the correct way, so a valley becomes a mountain, and then flip it over and score it that way, and then flip it back and score it that way. And that's all I've done, just to kind of free up the movement of them. So flip it over, score it in, flip it back, score it in, and flip it back over again, score it in. So that's all we're going to do on all of them. There we go. So now what we need to do is we take this and we'll take, so I'm going to do alternate, so I'm going to do black and craft card and then black. So first of all we want to put it, center it in the middle. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, you only want to do is kind of eyeball it. You'll get like 1/4 inch either side. Okay, so I'm just going to put glue on my tab. And you're going to put your top one on first. So I'm just going to put it on so that you line up at the top. And you're going to stick it down. And hopefully your glue is behaving, whereas mine is not. And then once it's on, you just want to firm that into place. So you just want to firm that piece into place now. Sorry, that's all the goo coming off my dirty fingers from all of the crafting I've done. So there we go, that's that. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to open it up, and now you want to take the ruler and you want to measure 1/2 inch. Okay, 1/2 inch. Just checking now, is it 1/2 inch? It is. You want to do 1/2 inch there. So what you're doing is you're just butting your ruler up to the end of here, or go, if your ruler doesn't finish right on the end, then you just need to get your first mark at where this ends, and then you're going to measure 1/2 inch, and you don't need to put a line in. I will put a line in for you because then you can see what I'm doing. But you wouldn't need to put a line in, you can just use those lines, those dots as your reference point. So that is where we're going to butt this next piece up to. Okay, so however far away you are from this side or from the other side, you just want to make sure that you have the same all the way down. Okay, so because I didn't get that right in the middle, it's It's not going to be right in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a line on by which to work. Okay, so that's just my line so that I know that this edge needs to line up with there. So I'll need to glue that down about there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And again, this is when you really need to have your head in the way, so I'm really sorry if you can't see things, because my head's in the way, but that's as it is. So then you just want to lie the next waterfall card over the top, and then you just see. Okay, and that works out, that's fine. So now you flip that open, and again you're going to do 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and line those two up. It's just a guide, don't get too worked up about it. And then put it back on, line it up to that line up to that line at the side. You'll be able to do yours less messy than me, as your glue will be working. I'm really not happy with the glue, but it's fine. It is what it is. I'm just going to put that line in, press it in, and then we're going to do again, same again. So 1/2 inch, pencil not working, 1/2 inch, line in it, the next one, put glue on that tab, line it up and glue it down. And then just press that down, that's that one, and then we can do the very final one, which is again exactly the same. You're going to take it, you're going to measure 1/2 inch, or try and measure 1/2 inch actually. There we go. Take your glue, line it up, line it up the side, and it should line up with the bottom. Now if it doesn't, like mine doesn't, this is the perfect opportunity. You can just move that one up. Oh, for some reason this piece of card is much bigger, wider as well. It is wider, yes. Oh well, but there you go. You just line this one up at the bottom, because nobody's going to really notice the difference there. Okay, so that one's all lined up. And the reason why it might be slightly out is because if you haven't completely got these lined right up, then it will go out a little bit. So like this one's just below the line, this one's just below the line, and that just pushes it all out a little fraction. But there we go. So, but anyway, that is how you do it. And then obviously if you've got pencil lines in like I have, you might want to go in and rub them out. So I'm not going to worry. And then that's the little folio. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that's kind of under something. You have to put it under something to flatten it down. And all I did for the label on the outside was I'd got some of these that I made, and I made these using my Cricut, and all I did was I took a rectangle and welded 2 circles on either end and then deleted out the middle bit and then welded it in to other holes in those bits that stick out, and that's really all I did to make a label. I was just having a play. So because I don't have and this label on the front, this was just from the typing stuff that I was doing at the time, but I don't have a piece of that, so I shall make something, I guess, out of something. Make something out of something, Dave. Just write something in the middle. He says just because he hates his own writing, so it's never a just. Like that. And then you're just going to stick that inside there. That's all I did, which is an achievement with this glue at the moment. So flip it over, stick it down. Try not to have it hanging out the side, Dave. That'd be great if it didn't. Cool, that's that. And then all I did for the rivets, because you might not have like eyelets or studs or anything like that, so all I did was I took a piece of card, scrap card. In fact, I'll use a piece that's even smaller than that. Took a piece of scrap card. I used my hole punch to make a hole. There's a little tray in there. Another one. Same again. Another little hole punch. Oh, there's it coming out. There's that. Okay, there's 2 of them, and then I just glued those over the little holes. So I put a bit of glue on the back, or a gallon like this wants to put on. Over there. Ooh. Push it down, and that's all I did. So you can do the same. I mean, it's a great cheat's way of doing. Oh, see, this is not going to pick up. No, there we go. It is. Just as I say, it's not going to. It will, because that is the law of sod. Pop that on there. Take your finger off. Glue it on the back. And that's it on the front. And that's just a nice little easy file that you can make. And you can decorate it however you like, so I just wanted to show you how I made that. So because that'll be in some upcoming projects that I'm going to make. So there you go. So that's that. So that was our original, and that's our just made one. Okay, and I hope you like that. So it was just a little simple Wednesday thing. Next thing I'm making is I'm going to be making some, I think I'm going to be making some Christmas presents, I believe. Well, not Christmas presents actually. Probably making some Christmas cards. But at the moment, I'm going to go and take the dog out, so because that is my exciting life. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. That was something you might give a try of. I will see you all in the next video. My name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I'll see you soon. Take care, folks. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love, lots of hugs. Bye. Take care. See ya. Bye.